Alright guys, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We're back in OpenRCT2, and we're going to be doing some of the classic stuff. When we left off, we just finished Dynamite Dunes, which is awesome, and we also have Forest Frontiers done. So next up is Leafy Lake, and then we also have Diamond Heights after that, which is one of my favorite scenarios. Leafy Lake's also pretty good, but I love Diamond Heights where you already have an established park and you have to make the park better. Evergreen Gardens is also a really crazy one. Like these first beginner parks, and then Bumbly Beach, man. And then there's Trinity Islands. So Bumbly Beach is also a fun one too. I like all of them. But anyways, welcome from Holland. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Noah's also here, like always. So with that being said, let's get straight into Leafy Lake. I had to install a update for the game a little bit ago, so there was a new update for the game. I don't know what exactly it adds. Didn't actually look. I just downloaded it real quick. So, all right. So with that, our objective is to have at least 500 guests in our park at the end of October, year 3, with a park rating of at least 600. So, pretty awesome, and I love that we are able to in this game with the mod be able to fast forward. That's like, it's not really a mod, but like it's part of having the open RCT2, is that you get to do a few things that would have been nice in the original. So I'm gonna go ahead and place down. Oh wait, the game's you can't. I forgot you can't do it while the game's paused. I always forget that's a thing sometimes, because you can do that in Planet Coaster, of course. But let's go ahead and twist. We always got to name these Tornado, though. Tornado, when we have to have one in like every park at this point, it seems like. All right, so we can do Canvas Tint, Castle, Jungle, Roman, Jungle. I kind of think we should go with like a jungly theme throughout the park here, so kind of have some jungle, like a jungle tornado kind of thing going on here, right? And then we'll do green queue lines, mix it up a little bit, make it nice. All right, and then we're gonna continue with that. I feel like that has a good ring for Leafy Lake, so we can charge $1 for that. Our entry fee is free. We'll just charge $1 for now. Actually, no, we can't, because that'll make them not want to come in. So we'll do that, and what's the most foresty thing we can do here? I think the hedges would be kind of a nice touch here. Can we put these here? Looks like we can. I just can't see it, I think. Nope, can't do it one there. Can't do it on those. It's okay, we'll do it. Can't do inside ones there. We'll do it like that. That will be nice. And again, I want my stuff to look nice, so we're gonna make sure it looks nice. So no one has come in just yet, so maybe we should add a little bit more. Let's add soda drink stand. Open that up. Why aren't these people coming in? They're just not coming in, but we have free entry. We have free entry and they're not coming in. What's up with that? We do have a decent amount of budget here, so I am going to keep that in mind. Maybe we just need more stuff. More stuff for people to do, and maybe they'll start plowing in here. I don't know. That's our only thrill ride, and we can do a Ferris wheel as well. Not one person has come in here. Is the park open? The park's closed. That makes more sense. All right, maybe we can actually charge $1 then. Yeah, they'll pay that $1. I knew they'd pay that $1. There we go. I was getting worried there. I was like, why is no one coming in? It's because the park was set to closed, which I didn't realize. So, all right, I think a Ferris wheel out, kind of overviewing the lake a little bit, would be nice. So let's get that a testing. We're also going to give that jungle theme as well. We're just going to keep the theme coming. So I meant to do a Q, not that. Sweet. And we'll get that open. We're also going to change the color of it to kind of match the theming here that we're going to do. Kind of that dark jungly theme. Used to watch a lot of RCT3 back then. Oh man, I would spend hours upon hours watching Roller Coaster Tycoon videos. I did my fair share of that. That is for sure. Alright, I want to put something nice in there, so we might put some nice flowers or something. Can we change the color of them? We'll just do these colors. That's fine. Not gonna fight it too much. We want to make stuff look nice, but I do want everything to look nice also. So I always try to decorate my my rides a little bit. Let's call this one the Forest Wheel. See what I did there? That's pretty good. But thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far as we continue to build in classic Roller Coaster Tycoon. I love the classic stuff, man. Classic, classic, classic. Alright, I do want this again to kind of look really nice. So we're going to add some fencing around. We're going to add some... maybe some nice... those. We also need to add some litter bins because we know how those pesky guests can be. If there's no bins around, they're gonna... you know they're gonna just throw it on the ground. So day has gone pretty well. Nice. I did a little bit of work this morning and got off a little bit early. Been working with my stepdad painting. Hey, we already got the fries shop. Cool. Let's populate it a little bit over here then. But yeah, I got off a little bit early, so always nice. Oh, we can't make the forest wheel free. They're gonna be paying a little bit at least. I'm not gonna make them pay a lot, but they're gonna pay. Someone gotta pay. That is for sure. Someone's paying here. Alright, let's go on the insides here. For our fence, which leads to our forest wheel. And we'll just kind of develop it as we go. We'll add more and more. But that's just how we're going to start off things at the moment. I'm going to charge $5 now. We need that money coming in. Even if it's not a lot, we need some coming in. Alright, should we invest in some roller coasters maybe? I'm not sure. Could do these rowboats. That'd be a nice ride to throw in there, actually. I think we're going to do that. Now you can actually make it to where they can just go around the lake wherever they want and then return. We might try that, but if people start getting stuck and everything, because that does happen, we might make a track that they can follow. So we'll do a little bit of a track here. You don't have to... That will be their guide right there. Kind of guide them around that direction, and then they can go kind of where they please after that. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully no one gets stuck on that, so... Because that can, again, happen. Alright, we'll place an entrance and exit, because I think it's cool that if they get a... You know... If they got to kind of choose their path, you know? Let's go back this way. I think we'll just place another one over here. That would look kind of nice, so they can maybe queue up back behind there a little bit. Awesome. All right, so let's go here. We got to delete those trees to allow us to build our quick little queue line there. Go ahead and open it up. Do 50 cents on that, why not? And the black track, let's make it brown. That will look cool. The boat hire is now open, which will hopefully attract a lot of guests. We've got about our first 100 guests just came in. We're right at 100. We need 500 at the end of year 3, which we're already on a fantastic start to get started. Alright, so let's go actually to here, and it's doing a gentle ride. Let's do the criteria for our research and development. I don't really want transport rides. We want everything else here, so as long as scenery and theming isn't on there. So let's... They have all this lake to do their little boating around, so... I love these little rides like this. I wish... I think it'd be cool if Planet Coaster did something kind of cool like that. I think it'd be neat. I mean, not really required or anything, but those are fun little neat attractions. You know, people are going around the entire loop here, so maybe I should make sure I have plenty of litter bins around, all the way around the lake. Yeah, I always love these classic classic scenarios here. Again, hopefully they don't get lost out in this lake. I don't think they would, but you never know. Make sure that they can get back. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, see that. They're smart enough to get back to the station. It's 11:30 in the evening now, and I'm gonna go to sleep. Going to sleep in a moment. All right. Well, I do appreciate you being here for sure. You said you're out in Holland, so yeah, your time difference is much different than mine. I'm sorry if that was loud. It's only 3:42 p.m. for me, so a little bit of a difference there. Quite the difference. Quite the difference. Alright, so we have all of this to work around. Are we gaining money at the moment? I mean, obviously we're not, but like, I need to see if our totals are going up. Are we making money? That is what matters most right now. And let's just hire some staff here. We got a handyman. We're going to have him kind of responsible for the entrance. We got a maze that we can put in now. Kind of have him responsible for a little bit of the entrance area so we can cover all of those. Hire a mechanic as well. To me, these are the two most important that we really need to hire. And he should be able to handle these rides at the front. Do this to make sure he doesn't wander off. We don't need him to wander off. Safest park in the country. Let's go. Nice little reward. Nice little reward for us. I wonder if there's if that like causes you to get more guests in your park. I'm not entirely sure. All right, let's watch May here a little bit. See if we're actually earning money. We are a little bit here. Loan interest, we're only paying $16.40. Loan interest is so low in this game. Just crazy. Yeah, we are gaining money, so that's good to see. So I want to see if we need to like lower our funding at all on like on the research and development. It's supposed to get warmer pretty soon. It's pretty nice out right now, actually. I think it's in the like 40s right now, maybe close to 50s. It's not too bad outside at the moment. It just kind of goes back and forth where I live. Like, it's either super cold, nice, super hot, like it just, and you can get it all in the, oh crap. You can get it all in the same day too, sometimes. Alright, let's make a custom hedge maze here. I'm gonna build a custom design. These are always fun. Alright, we are gonna have... not owned by park. I'm trying to rotate this. I don't think it matters, actually. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna have a little maze here. That will lead nowhere. That's not what I wanted. I was hoping that, well, shoot. There we go. That's what I wanted. Click on here. We need to right click. That's what it is. And then we'll go this direction, where we'll have this end up there. So you don't want to go that way, or you might not get out. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so we'll slowly snake our way around to where the exit is, so... Just have a long spot there. Gonna go back this way. Then we'll just create some dead ends around. The exit's going to be on the other side of the Ferris wheel, so if you're smart, you can ride the Ferris wheel and figure the way out from there. That would be the smart thing to do. Actually, we need to delete that. Is there a delete button? I don't even see a delete button here. I don't think there's a way to delete this. Is there? You'd think there would be. I don't know. Okay, so that's what that does. Place an exit here. That's the way out. The only way out. And then we're gonna go add some more path. We need to finish the dead ends here, and then we can open up this. So make a dead end there. There are some guests that might get stuck for a very long time. That does happen. Alright, we'll make this one a really windy dead end. And as for this one, get to where you're a dead end right there. Dead end right there. I'm going to utilize all our space here. Dead end there. Leading us here. And we're going to do something diabolical. So right before they get to the end, they can choose this option, which will lead them nowhere. I mean, I could make it to where there's a lot more there. Like, they could end up in... Like, we can go here. And then go all the way back this way and around. Just a dead end. Anyways. Gonna go sleep. Bye. Bye. He's probably already gone, but goodbye. Missouri weather is fun for sure. 1 point cold, snowing, the next super warm with southern thunderstorm. Yeah, you get all the seasons at once. Mini tornado warnings. Oh yeah, we get a lot of those for sure. There are quite a bit of those. All right, the entrance we're gonna place right here. And no queue for this. We're just gonna do the lake maze is what we'll call it. We'll charge them 20 cents. And see if people can get out. I think we can actually... Yeah, we can actually... We'll do 20 for right now. 20 people can be in this maze at once. It's a decent size, so... We'll allow it. Let's add a few trees here and there. Perfect. I saw the duck over here, and for a second I thought it was a guest drowning, and I was like, what happened? Alright, looks like we only have 4 boats for over here. Don't run over the duck, man. Poor ducky. Quack, quack, quack. Alright, let's see how our research is going. Swan's boat hire. So we get another boat's hire. It doesn't even, like, you can, all it does is, like, you can change the boats. That's all that does. That's kind of a waste. Alright, we got a roller coaster next. What types do we start out with? It was wooden and junior. Like the little mini. Yep, that's right. I remember now. Alright, we're almost at 200 guests. 250 would be the halfway point. What was it going here? Yeah. So, we need 600 rating at all times. That's usually always the basis when it comes to these, so... Alright, I was just about to say, are there people entering the maze yet? It's like I hadn't seen people enter the maze. I love the little animation of them jumping and trying to look over. I always thought it was the goofiest and funniest thing. So goofy. The guests in the game are so goofy. Okay, I don't... Realistically, I would not want these fences here, so you can have the view of the lake. Do we have... Are there any fences that... Yeah, these guys would be great for this. So you can still see the lake pretty well. On this side, we'll have this fence. I just like adding fences to my paths. I just like that. They make your paths look a lot better. You know, so that's what we're gonna do. Kind of just going where I have developed so far. Like, we're not gonna go too far. We're just gonna go as far as we've developed. So just kind of slowly. Does that first element on Velocicoaster feel like an inversion to you? I know it's over 135 degrees or something, which makes it an actual inversion, but it doesn't really feel like an inversion to me. No, I count it as inversion. I felt like it was an inversion. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been out there, since 2020. 2021 was the last time I was out there. Year that it opened, and you know, I don't really go into those debates anymore. It's an inversion. It's counted as an inversion officially, so it's an Immelman, you know. Immelmans don't always invert that much, you know, like they do, but like tend to be like that. At least most Immelmans in my seem like that. Alright, start charging a little bit more. Because I do want to start building our first roller coaster soon. We can't have a park without a roller coaster, so we do need to put in a roller coaster. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. I do kind of want to do a wood coaster. Obviously, we have all this space back here for that. That's obviously prime coaster, coaster right there, like prime coaster stuff. Why am I getting an error on YouTube? Saying that it's not receiving enough to maintain smooth streaming. Well, that's just out of nowhere. Alright, sorry. Every time I click off, it like messes up. I mean, it definitely should have enough for smooth, and it shows green. Apparently I've had dropped frames, but let me double check my settings real quick. Has the stream been smooth for you guys? Is there like a lot of lagging? Video bitrate. I could change that. Can't change those. There are some drop frames, but like apparently it hasn't been that much. Except for Screaming Eagle. I mean, Screaming Eagle is definitely not the worst out there, that's for sure. There are a lot worse ones. It's been fine. Okay, I just want to make sure, because YouTube's saying that for some reason. It's like, bro, no, you're having problems. And I'm like, I don't see any problems happening. The game is too powerful. I mean, I'm streaming in 1440p right now, so... Which I didn't even think was a possibility up until recently. I thought the max was like 1080p, but like I guess I have a powerful enough PC to stream in 1440, so... Turn on my my air in here, because it gets so hot in my office, so... It's starting to get toasty in here. Yeah, only time it lags is when we're at a different window. I think it kind of just freezes. So this looks like Planet Coaster 3. Yeah, the graphics are that great. I mean, to be fair, like this game's graphics, in my opinion, still hold up to this day, even though for not being a 3D world. I still think they hold up because like it's still incredibly detailed, even with how pixelated it is. That's just crazy to me how detailed it is. Grizzly at Kings of Man before the retrack was actually unbearable. I still wrote it. To me, like one of the worst I've had is it's closest to me, but it's the boss at Six Flags St. Louis. Oh my gosh. I know they've gone through a lot of retracking. I did not write it last year, so I'm hoping that it's better. I heard some people say it was better, and then I heard that it got worse again, so I don't know. Alright, we do have the looping coaster, which is a very nice one because we can do a shuttle coaster out of this. And shuttle coasters are cheap and big money makers. Like, boom, shuttle loop. Can't go wrong with a shuttle loop because it only costs like $1,000. And I think we're going to put the shuttle loop on this side of the lake. And then the wood coaster we'll put on the other side of the lake. Alright, I do want to add a spike. I always like to add a spike to this coaster, just in case, because there is a brake failure that can happen, and when that happens, it rolls back through the station, and it can cause the guests to die, which we obviously would not be a good idea for our company. Maybe if we were making a death park, but we're not doing that today, so... Nope, today we are... Surprised that didn't change to jungle. Today we're doing this, so... Let's give it some green supports. Mix it up a little bit. Reverse jungle run. I don't know. First thing that came to mind. Alright, so we're going to build a... just a spike on the back end. See, it's 50 over there, so 50 should be okay over here. I would assume. Test it. Is it just me, or are there actual... I can't tell. I thought I saw, like, water dummies in there. And I'm like, is that something that OpenRCT2 added? I can't tell. I don't think so. I think it's empty. But that, I was like, that'd be funny if they did do that. And we'll have a nice little entrance for this right here. Going right underneath the loop. Haven't tried the boss. Okay. Dream is bringing back to my childhood, sitting in the bedroom playing this for hours on end, buying all the expansion packs. Never leaving my room. I know. Same here, man. I did the exact same thing, and I still, till to this day, still come back to it. I still come back to this game. To this day. I still remember playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, and I made, like, this mega crazy park. It had, like, I don't even know how many roller coasters I had in it. It was insane how many roller coasters I fit in. Because my goal was, like, just make this giant mega park with as many coasters as I could. Might even give this one a nice little sign as well. Potentially. American Thunder, though, is my favorite of the classic Woodens. American Thunder's pretty solid. But anyways, you said you hadn't only heard bad things about it. Only the time I managed to get 6 flags, I ran out of time before I could do it. It was the only roller coaster I missed. You didn't miss much. It's pretty bad. Alright, we do need to get this information kiosk that we just unlocked. Need those 4 umbrellas. And you best bet we're going to charge $20 for umbrellas. So hopefully when it does rain, this will kind of even out that a little bit. Sir has a tear of joy rolling down his cheek. This game is so iconic, man, and I don't think I'll ever stop playing it. I'll always come back to it. Even if it's been a while, like, I'll still come back to it. Even if it's been a while, like, I just come back to it. There's very few games that I will just come back to, like, after certain games get outdated, you know? They just kind of die out, and you don't really play them anymore. That's just how it goes. But there are a few games out there, and this is one of them, that it will never end. Like, I will always play it. I would miss it out on purpose, even if I felt the desire to go. I do still ride it just to see if it's gotten better. I do sometimes still check it out just to see if maybe just maybe a slight idea that maybe it got better. And about 100% of the time I'm always wrong. I'd like to say 99%, but I'm like, no, it's always wrong. Alright, that's pretty good. Reverse jungle loop. Alright, let's see if we can get a sign on it. I always like to add signs. Enjoyed adding signs to my my coasters and such. Trying to figure out what I want to put down. Give it a nice little color here. Oh yeah, I forgot the way, but that's okay. We can do that. Well, let's go ahead and put that on top. Looks like we're going to be just short, actually. So another option is we could double stack it here. Just make it tall. And then put the sign up on top of that. Yeah, I always like using these signs. I guess those are bigger than I was expecting. I love that it also... I mean, there's already a sign there, but, you know. I do what I want, okay? Oh, no, not the Ferris wheel. The forest wheel is broken down. Alright, let's see. Do we have any jungle-ish stuff going on here? Not really. Like, I kind of want to just put a roof on this to make it look nice, but wanted something a little more jungly. It's obvious which park is better, though. Right. Hey, yo, what's up, Jask? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Alright, we need to make sure a mechanic can reach this coaster. I might go ahead and just get a second mechanic out here. And then, as might not be the best cost-effective thing at the moment, but once we start adding more rides, it'll make sense. So, all right, are we gaining? Yeah, we're gaining money. Just got to make sure we're continuously getting money. I'm gonna bump us up to $10. Gotta make those changes, because you know, we're at 344 guests already, and I do want to build a nice wooden coaster that kind of like an out and back layout that starts right here. So we have this coaster up here, we'd have that coaster over there, and then we still have room and space here to continue to add more and more. All right, let's add another kiosk on the other side here, because we added one over there. I'm being prepared for when it rains, because when it rains, they make so much money because we can charge $20 for them. Which is huge. Alright, do we have any other flat rides we can do? We haven't added a merry-go-round just yet, which we might need to do. Let's go ahead and add a merry-go-round. I'm going to place it in the corner here. Do something a little different. Kind of want to make maybe like a nice little plaza-ish kind of area here, like a big, kind of like an open area of some sort, maybe. Doesn't need a big queue because it's a merry-go-round. Hey, we got the haunted house. Okay, so we're going to keep that open right there for decoration. That can connect with the information kiosk. And let's have a little bit more of an overlook here. Like so. And connect that. So trying to make like a little plaza here. Merry-go-round, test. Get that tested out, and we'll match the colors here. We'll just call it merry-go-round. That's fine. Get that opened up and start to add some fun details. Add these guys. They look kind of jungly, so add some of those. Anything lower? Trying to find some lower stuff, but don't look like we have much to work off of for lower fences. Don't think there's much we could do. We could do, yeah, that would actually look nice. So there are options here. We just use the wall pieces, and that will actually look nice. So like a nice little planter. Forgot that we have smaller pieces like that we can utilize. And this will give us a nice little plaza area with the merry-go-round. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? I might move that information kiosk. It's kind of like in an awkward spot, so let's move it around. Let's move it to this side over here. There we go. To me, just then we can connect this path right there. There we go. Alright, so let's add some benches, scenery, all that fun stuff. Have I ridden Orion? I have been on Orion. Yes, I have, indeed. In fact, that was the last time I went to Kings Island, was in 2020. I rode it, its opening season. And I like it. I think Orion's good. It's the only B&M Giga I've been on. I'm sure we have lots of litter bins. I like this little area that we have constructed over here. It's looking nice. Watching old videos of yours, and you mentioned wanting to try the Parkitect scenarios. Did you ever? I think we did it a little bit, and actually, I need to get back into Parkitect. And the reason why, like, even the developers have actually offered early access. I think I missed it too. It was a little bit too late, but like they've offered me early access on some of their DLC before. Because I have played it on the channel a little bit, and I have not really gotten into it. Do I prefer Orion over Millennium Force? That's a good question. I think I think Millennium Force gets the slight edge, but I'm not entirely sure. It's been a long time since I've ridden Millennium Force. I haven't been to Cedar Point since 2018, so it's kind of hard to remember. So it's kind of hard for me to decide. For the most part, we've almost hit our 500 guests in the first year. We only need 500 guests and we have less than 100 to go. We're gonna smash this scenario easily. I don't know, like Orion's fun, Millennium Force is fun. But they're solid, they're really good, they're fun, and I always enjoy them, but they're just not the biggest ones up there for me. They're kind of like pretty level for me. I really don't know which one I would choose over the other, because I was like, maybe I would prefer Orion, but I feel like Orion's pretty short, and that's what kind of sucks for it. Millennium Force, at least after that first drop, you have a really that first turn, that overbank turn, very forceful, and you know, people call it Millennium Forceless, but that turn is pretty elite, if you ask me. Really like that turn. I gray out almost every time. Because you're going from like that 300-foot tall drop to like 100-foot turn, so it's like pretty intense forces there. I feel like Millennium has more standout elements with the drop, first overbank, and then speed hill, while Orion has two standout elements with the last hill right before the brake run, right, and the speed hill. The speed hill is really good, and Orion was one of those rides that, like, I was disappointed initially when I first rode it. Like, I was like, that's alright. And then after I started riding it more and more, I ended up liking it more and more, so I don't know, it's hard for me to decide which I like better. Hey, we got the spiral slide. That's gonna be the savior. We haven't even built the last ride, which was the haunted house. Alright, we've been building a lot and filling in this gap because since I placed this coaster here, I felt like I had to fill in this gap here, which is what we've been doing. And we're gonna do a lot of detail and work on this wood coaster that we build over here. So once we get to there, you know. Orion has the better drop because the ejector, it does have good ejector on that drop. I do like the drop on Orion. It is good. Turn that off now. It's getting a little cold in here now. It's also blowing directly on me. So where do we want to put this haunted house? I kind of want it like slightly over the lake. I think that'd be kind of fun. And this spot here looks pretty cool for it, and it would start to fill in a little bit over here, like slightly. So like my idea is like we have the haunted house kind of looking over the lake here. I think that'd be kind of a neat little thing. Maybe around, I want it hanging over like that. I'll put the entrance off to the side so it doesn't ruin that facade, kind of. Same with the exit on the side there. And I really want to decorate this up and make it look cool. Oops. It's like a haunted house in the jungle. But we will get it open right away. Just do 50 cents on it, why not? And it gives us an attraction at the very back over here. And we just got to fill in the gaps, right? Really. I think that's what we got to do. All right, we're under $4,000. I need to start saving up for that coaster. We can always use a loan if we really need to. That is what we can do. Alright, so I wanted to decorate this up kind of. I think if we use this, we have a wooden texture wall that we can use. I'm not seeing anything really. Except for maybe this one, but only other thing we can do is raise the terrain up with that textured piece, which could look cool. Which is what we might have to do. So we're gonna do this and use the wood red. Pop that up. You can see that that's what it's gonna do for us. And it just kind of looks like a nice support structure. So you can do that instead of utilizing walls sometimes. Just kind of make it look nice, so. And I'm going to do a little decorative piece at the front here, just to make it look really nice. There we go. I don't know, just have it overlook the water. Looks really nice. Try and add some nice looking stuff for our haunted house here. Alright, I think I'm going to raise that there just so we can also put these here as well. Kind of make it a little more symmetrical and uniform. Now I do not have a mechanic that can reach back here if this breaks down. I don't know if the haunted house can break down. I don't know if it's one of the. I think there are some rides that just do not break down. Maybe it does. I mean, there is downtime stats, so I think it. I mean, it should. Oh my gosh, we've spent so much money. Oh my goodness. All right, we are approaching the 500 guest mark pretty quickly. I think we're gonna hold off on having another mechanic there. Let me look at our second mechanic here. It was this, because he needs to be expanded to the merry-go-round, which I forgot to do. So that way he is in charge of those two rides. And now I'm definitely going to need another mechanic back here for the haunted house. So we might as well go ahead and hire him. Now, obviously, he's only in charge of this ride, but once we get more rides in... Hey, we unlocked the Mine Train coaster. So we're starting to unlock more coaster types now. Great. I probably have missed a few of the other stuff that we've unlocked. So let's see what if we got anything else. I know we got the spiral slide. We have a steam train. I don't think we've unlocked anything else really, so. But man, I feel like we've done so much in such a short amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Which is really cool. Like, this looks pretty good for the short amount of time we have done. I think we do the fence, yeah, it would go down like that. Which is fine. Looks nice now. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. Hope you guys are enjoying. Love to hear your guys' memories and, you know, thought process of when you were a kid. Like, what you did in Planet Coaster and Roller Coaster Tycoon. Again, I created a giant mega park with a bunch of coasters. Trains are cool. Yeah, I found myself not actually building many trains in parks. I feel like this isn't the best park for a train. Because I want to try and keep the lake as open as possible, as much as I do want to build coasters and stuff over it. I try to keep the lake open. Just something about it, like trying to keep the lake open and build everything around it, you know? I like trying to do that, which, again, I do love building coasters and such over water and such, but for Leafy Lake, I think we're going to keep it over there. So we're about to hit our 2nd year of operation. Are we making money? We're in the negative. But did we do much here, like, building-wise? Because I'm sure we had negative for, like, landscaping. Yeah, we spent $750 on landscaping. If it wasn't for that, we would have had, about $500 profit. So I think the landscaping's what costed us the most money there. And basically just like construction, basically, Yeah, I just want to make sure we're continuously making money. So we are making money, technically. So, like, you see, we have $112 there, 130, 135. Yeah, so we're good there. Let's see what people are thinking. Maybe we can charge for more or less for some of our stuff. So if we look at the Ferris wheel, see what people are thinking. No one's saying anything about a good value. If you see them thinking, oh, this is such a good value, then that usually means you could charge more for it, so. Reverse jungle run was great. Okay, no one's really commenting on the value there. Yeah, no one's really commenting on value, so I think we're doing a pretty good job. Let's take a look at Tornado. Tornado was great. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I always loved, by the way, the popularity stuff. Trying to see where you can see like your most popular ride is. You can see your number of attractions and just kind of like that stuff. But there was also, I forgot where it was. It's somewhere in the menus where you can see what your most popular ride is. It's either there or... Because, like, you can see, like, your stats for, like, popularity and such. So, like, popularity is 100% on Jungle Run. And you also see your favorite ride of 366 guests. I love that it shows, like, people's favorite ride and such. I don't think Planet Coaster has a function like that, but see, Haunted House has 9. 27 for Tornado. Anyone merry-go-round? 6. Ferris wheel, 8. Clicks in on accident. I know what you mean. I have that stuff happen to me all the time. Oops. Hitting my microphone. Try not to. Alright, I want to build more, but like also I just need to save up some money. Just a little bit so we can... Because I want to build the wood coaster. That's what I want to do. Look at that, we're almost at 500 guests already. So like, I think the objective, we don't have any problems there. So like our... Park rating's at 811, which is solid. Could be better. Man, our handyman must not go back this direction. Yeah, he does not. So we might have to hire another one to clean up all this. So, and take care of the vomit that spills over here. That will help our park rating, getting that stuff cleaned up. Alright, perfect. Alright, we're over 500 guests now. So we've officially got what we need for our objective already within a year and a half. We got pirate ship. Perfect. That is a perfect ride to add. Alright, it's 388. We'll do this one real quick. And we could have it out over the water as well. So like we could out over here and it just kind of goes up a little bit over the water. I like the idea. Alright, we'll change the colors of this as well. Matching that vibe. Charging pretty low for everything. That way we can charge for park entry and for our rides also as well. Alright, so we're going to go into landscaping again and do kind of the same thing here. I want these to kind of just look nice, so do it for our queue line too. So our queue line looks nice. Go. Perfect. Add a little bit of a fence around the ride if we can. Can't do it there. We'd have to go on the outside. Oh, darn. Keep wanting to do undo sometimes, and I'm like, wait, I can't do that. You know? Alright, we'll use this. We're gonna use this fence, but use it as kind of... do these on this side instead. That's fine. Get this guy open and make sure that our mechanic can reach him real quick. Which he cannot, so we fix that real quick. There we go. All right, we're cooking. We're cooking. That adds another ride right there. And I think guests are pretty happy right now. For the most part. We could, like, slightly slowly build the wood coaster. Very slowly. Wait until we have, like, money and then place a few track pieces. I've done that before. So we might do something along the lines of that. So I want the station to be over here. We're kind of tight on space here. That's okay. I'm gonna have a lifted station. Doesn't add too much money when we do that. So we're gonna have a lifted station by just one. And that will be our station platform right there. But I'm going to do kind of the same thing here that we've been doing. I always like to do this. Just to kind of make that look a little nicer. For our station. If we really wanted to do some fun stuff, we could add a construction. Just say this is a construction fence. Like, hey, you can't look over here. We're building something. No looksies. Alright, let's go ahead and get the fence built over here so we can finally kind of connect this. I don't think it's rained yet, so we can't make the money on the... on umbrellas yet, our $20 umbrellas. Alright, so I'm just going to build some fencing here, which leads us up over here. Because I think they look nice, and it just adds that little layer of realism as we slowly get that all detailed. So this wood coaster will really start to bring some of the rides together. Don't look through this hole, exactly. But if we want to add more onto this layout, we could technically go out into here, but I think we would leave that for a much larger attraction. Alright, let's see how our research and development team's going. Water tricycles for bow hires, so they keep adding stuff for that. Roller coasters, gentle rides, transport rides. I don't know what category that goes into. But we're making money, so that's what matters most right now. Never get tired of the merry-go-round, surprisingly. We do still have some puke out there, but I think we're okay. As long as we're keeping that up, once we complete the loop, we should have no problems with that. Alright, do we want to do a little dip out of the station? Like a little dip down? I do want to... Let's change the colors real quick. Let's see what I want to go with. Do we do like a light brown? Do a dark brown, light brown combo. Sometimes that's fun. I like the idea of that. Then we can start adding support structures if we wanted. Really wanted to. Gotta estimate where I would need this though. I'm gonna say right here. If I'm wrong, we'll just move it. So it looks like it's being constructed. We got our construction crews working. Alright, the entrance. place over here. Maybe. Oh yeah, we were talking about earlier that after all these years, game still has this aura about that's pure magic. And I was talking about earlier, like, somehow I still always come back to this game. It's one of those that just, it doesn't die for me. Oh darn, I forgot that. I don't know why I thought that was... I made a mistake right there, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Might have to do entrance and exit on the same side. See, look at that. That fit right in there. I did that perfectly where that goes. I made that perfect. We currently have 556 guests in the park. We're doing just fine. Doing great in that regard. I'm gonna kind of get the queue line kind of an early start here. Okay. And the track's gonna have to do something crazy there for that to work. We can go around the exit. Gotta get a little we're gonna get a little creative with these tight spaces. We might be able to buy some land out there. I'm not sure if we can or not, but we can try. Alright, we can't go there, so I need to make sure there's a spot. So we're gonna have to go all the way up here in order to do that. So, putting this down first, so when that track does come by, we'll already be prepared. Right? Alright. Leave the paths there for now. And that's how it's going to be structured. That's how it's going to work. This wood coaster is going to be pretty fire. Suspended swinging coaster. Let's go. We got the swinging coaster now. Suspended swinger. Suspended swinging coaster. I wish they would bring that to Planet Coaster 2. And Planet Coaster 1. Still don't know why it's not a thing. Alright, this wood coaster is definitely going to be our headline attraction in the park. You can definitely see that. Alright, we'll get some early, like, basically just build stuff that we can work on. That's not going to cost a lot while we're waiting before we... I mean, I know I can just pay the loan and such. I try to do as the least amount of loan as possible. I always try to do that anyways. Alright, I think this is gonna look pretty nice overall. Yeah. as we get all that ready to go. It's gonna look pretty good. The vision I had. You know what I'm saying? Got that vision. And we execute it. The question is, how tall do we want to make this wood coaster? I feel like we should go ahead and get the lift hill complete. We're going 85 feet. I'm going 85. It's shift or control. No, it's alt. Control. Here it is. Always love that function of that. Hold down alt and you can do the same height as the last one you put in. If I can get it to work. Oh, there's a tree in the way. That's why it's not working. That's why it didn't want to work. Trying to make this look bigger than what it is. Like, give it a massive wooden structure. There we go. Alright, we only got $1,500 to work with after all that, so. But we've got this going. Should I? Oh my gosh, I always hate it when I accidentally. You're at the wrong angle here and you put it in the wrong spot. I've done that before. The angle makes it like not look right. It looks right, and then you switch angles, and it's like, oh, never mind. Let us get some money. We're over 600 guests on park right now, which is fantastic. We're getting some money though. You might be able to charge more for the front gate here. Probably. I feel like we can. Alright, I did update the mechanic on that, didn't I? This mechanic can also cover the coaster. Actually, we'll go ahead and get that taken care of. So, that way if I do forget, he's already got it covered. We need to make some more handyman though. We're almost to 2,000, back up to $2,000. Let's just fast forward pretty quick. We got bumper boats. That's pretty fun. Alright, back up over $2,000. Pirate ship broke down. Alright, let's continue. Build that first drop. Ooh, you know what we could do? Is an auto tunnel. Or a tunnel. I forgot you have to raise your low frames. Raise your lower frames. We could do a tunnel. So that's gonna be cool. So these four, the four in front of it is the ones we have to lower there. I don't know how many, how far deep we're gonna have to go, but all right, that's it. So not too bad. So the drop will be higher, but we also got to remember we're on higher land here as well. So I like to do the bigger drop, so or the bigger turnout there. So same thing there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just want to make sure that looks nice. Perfect. Alright, so if we go in here, we're gonna construct a tunnel, I think. But what texture do we want to use? So much quieter over here with no guests. It's crazy. Yeah, there's a scatter button over here. That's crazy. Crazy, man. Don't think I can change the color of that. This one we can change the color of. I kind of want it to just kind of look like a concrete texture. And then we'll do a roof on top of it. We'll just use, sure, we'll use this roof. Why not? That's pretty good. I think we're definitely, it's an inevitable that we're going to have to take out a loan to finish this coaster. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here a while. Right, that would actually put it at 80 for there. Yeah, that'd be 20 feet lower than the drop, so that should have some good enough speed doing that, and we should probably do some sort of turnaround. So we should have a little bit of speed. Officially ran out of money. Let's give ourselves some money. The loan interest isn't a ton, so I feel like we can afford it pretty well. You know, so. Alright, so we're gonna try and continue to have a good amount of energy. Do the rest. Or we could create another tunnel here, which honestly might be the move. Oh, you can have those open at the same time. I didn't realize that. I don't know why I wouldn't realize that. Like a. All right, we might do another thing there. Bum, 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 bum. All right, we are going down the hillside now, so that should help. Which means we can go even lower. Alright, we might not make this as much of an out and back layout as much as I was thinking. We might actually do some turns here. Cool for the entrance right there. Yeah, I forgot with OpenRCT2 you can do the virtual test. So that way we can see about how much we still have left here. Energy, or how much speed we have here still. We might try and squeeze our way to this spot here. Alright, let's see what we're looking at. Good speed on that turnaround, I like it. Good speed over that hill. Nice, I think our speeds are actually pretty good here. Not too shabby. Alright, we want to end up on this one right here. Are we there? Are we there? It needs to be 2 over from that. Which it is. I think we're where we need to be. I think. Alright, and then we can do a slightly bigger drop here because we're going down the hillside. Alright, that puts us at 35 feet. Alright, let's see how much speed we have here. If we have enough speed to get back up to 35 feet, we will. Running out of money, so we do have to look on getting back to the station soon. This is going to be a huge money maker for us, though. 100%. It's going to be the headline attraction in the park, so I'm trying to make it look aesthetically pleasing still, too. Alright, we still have a good amount of speed, so I think going to 35 feet will be no issue whatsoever. Have kind of like, almost looks like a double down, which is kind of cool. Only thing is brake run is going to be very scarce here. We might have to go out into the water a little bit, maybe. Maybe, I don't know yet. Man, we can't do the turns, which is interesting. I always thought we could. Alright, we should be able to make a big enough brake run if we did that. My goal right now is to try and lose a little bit of energy from the ride and make sure the brake run is pretty big. Alright, will that line us up with the station? I think it will. Wait, are we lined up? No, we're not. We would have to do the tighter piece. Hopefully this will not be going too fast to where... Right, you can do water splashes. But we'll have a long... should have a long enough brake run there to slow it down. The end is a little bit intense though. So... Alright, we do have enough block zones to have 2 trains, it looks like. So let's give it a good test. This is our first official test of our massive wood coaster. We did have a build it out into the water a little bit, just so we can make it happen. So still need to build another tunnel right there too. Nice, it turned out good. Now we need to make sure that our stats are not too extreme. I know Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, it was a lot easier to have extreme stats, so it got balanced out in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I did say Roller Coaster Tycoon, right? I hope I did. Wooden Trail. Is that your name suggestion? Alright, let's see if this one will stop on the lift hill. I always like timing it out to where it doesn't. It's gonna be kind of close, it looks like. Gonna have to clear the block section beforehand. Kinda goes a little fast. It's gonna be close. It does stop. But with the animations of the loaders coming in, it might be fine. It's nature-like. It is. And I'm going to use it because I don't feel like thinking of a name. The Wooden Trail. Thanks for the name suggestion so we can get that going. Alright, I am going to try and real quick get this opened up just so we can start making the money on it. I'm going to charge $2. Wait, what was the... We needed to look at the test result. Intensity rating is very high. Excitement rating is high. Nausea rating, so people will ride it, which is good. Max speed of 51 miles per hour. Alright, epic sauce. Let's clear a path here for the entrance and exit. And now we can officially open it up to the people. But we still are going to add more detail. So we can continue on here. Yay. Hooray. And we do have, like, a lot of wood coaster track going over the pathway there, but that's okay. Alright, we'll get the... I think we already... Yep, he's already inspecting it, too. Look at him go. What a nice, loyal employee. Alright, I'm gonna make this look like it's an extra platform for the ride. I think that would be kind of neat. Wood color. Reverse jungle run has broken down. That's not fun. It's not good at all. See, we don't have the jungle theming, so I can't, like, match the... Kinda sucks we don't have the jungle theming in this park. Available at all. Would be nice if we did. Be a lot cooler if we did. Alright, let's build our second tunnel. There. And yeah. Put our fences up on the sides. So it is nice and safe. Hey, it's raining. Oh, we're gonna have all the money now rolling in from those umbrella cells. Let's go. $20 a pop. Look at our funds just go skyrocketing right now. Hold on. The people in the back need... People back here need help. Maximizing profit. We're almost at $4,000 after it started raining. That is insane. You can charge $20 for an umbrella. We're at $5,000. Let's look at the earnings. That's crazy. It's gonna pay off our loans. The umbrellas is gonna pay off the coaster. Alright, we do need to hire more handymen, though. So, I need one near the coaster because we know for a fact that there's going to be some puke over here that needs to be cleaned. We can also cover these rides, also. Perfect. Do probably need to put another one over there at some point. Dang, it stopped raining. Which means all of our funds. We did gain a lot, though. I was able to pay off a lot of loan, or 4,000 loan with it. Some extra loan. Alright, our park is starting to come together. And we're almost to year 3, and we've, like, blasted past what we needed so far, so... That's great. Let's go ahead and add another handyman. I'm just gonna try and cover all our grounds here for puke because that really affects the park rating. Alright, so that should have everything covered there. Everything is covered now for that. All our handymen cover that. Really wish we could get some open water attractions and Planet Coaster 2 like RCT boating attractions. Yeah, I talked about it, I think, like, towards the beginning of the stream when I actually started putting this down, but yeah, I absolutely agree. I was saying, like, little rides like this would be so much fun in Planet Coaster, so, like, I love having them in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like, there's just something little, it's just like a nice little charming ride to have in the park, you know? Or attraction, not really. It's kind of a ride. Oh gosh. Everyone is... Did I make it to where there's... How long have... Oh gosh. So I made this maze ages ago, right? Did I not make it to where they can get out? Did I accidentally... There's actually an accidental closed spot here, and all these people have been stuck in here for ages. I don't think there's a way to get out of here. I accidentally didn't make an exit on the maze. Whoops. Okay, so there we go. Now they should be able to get out, I think. Unless there's another roadblock that I messed up on. Whoops. Maybe that was the reason why part of our perk rating immediately started going up after we got those people out. Look at all these sad people. Whoops, I made some people very upset. Alright, now they're able to get around. I didn't realize that when I opened it earlier. Which is funny. Okay, I think they can get out now. There was someone, like, right by the exit. They didn't make it out. Okay, he made it out. So yes, he's so happy that he made it out. So now they can get out of the maze. That's funny that I accidentally did that. Alright, how's our coaster doing? Money-wise. Everyone's saying it's great, so that's good. People are paying the price, I think, to ride, so I have it at $2 at the moment. Beautiful, so we're about to get into year 3. Let all the people go. Woohoo. I can't tell you how much I really do love this game so much. I think it would be such a cool goal. I don't know how long it would take me with how the pace we've been doing, but I think it would be fun to try and get all the scenarios completed or all the parks done, you know? Complete all the objectives and just finish it, you know? Actually do everything. Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2, you know? I think that'd be cool. And then maybe if there's a much demand, maybe we could do Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 also as well. Log trains are now available. Oh, all these different coasters now that we can build. Looks like everything's going good. Our park rating's nice and high. We're making lots of money, especially when it rained. Since we're charging $20 per umbrella. Got a full queue over there for wooden trail. The massive wood coaster in the park. It just looks so like it's just so daunting. It's just huge. It's like just towers over the park, you know. Which is amazing. We gotten any more flat rides recently? Alright, we got the log flume now, which is nice. We could add a spiral slide if we wanted to. I probably need to add more restrooms around the park, so let's try and do that real quick. Just towards the back of the park here, we need more stalls that we don't have. Put another fry stand down. We need another drink. Put another drink stand back here somewhere. That way people don't have to go all the way to the front. Alright, we're going to continue. Since we have gotten back here. Continue with our bit of detailing in the park. Nice. Obviously, we don't have much in the back here, but that could change at some point. We choose to place down more rides and attractions. Maybe. I mean, I technically could probably just leave the park the way it is and just get to the end, you know? If we really wanted to. I'm going to try and continue to just keep building, though. Even though we've already really basically have met our objective, you know? We're almost at 900 park rating. $3,600, $3,700, lots of money. I could pay more of the loan off. It is over $29 right now. Try and pay some of that off. Try and get to be loan free is always the goal. Yeah. What are your guys' favorite park scenarios? And between Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2, what's your favorite scenario? There's so many good ones out there. I've always been like really close to Diamond Heights, which is the next one after this one. So, best value park in the country. Well, let's change that. Now that we got an award for best value, let's up our prices. All right, people don't want to pay that much for Tornado anymore. Let's go down to 50 cents then. Don't remember. Yeah, there are a lot of good ones out there. Diamond Heights, I think, might be my favorite. I remember opening that for the first time as a kid and was just like, oh, that's so cool. They got dueling coasters and such, you know? I think that's the one with the dueling coasters. I'm pretty sure is Diamond Heights. It's the next park. It's next scenario after this one, so. And then we have Evergreen Gardens, which is just a huge park with nothing in it. You have so much space to work with. And then the last one in the beginner parks is Bumbly Beach. I love Bumbly Beach as well. It's just really cool. Overall, I love it so much. All right, we're officially in year 3 now. Wooden Wild Mouse is coming next. Really trying to pay off some loan. Got a little strip of land there that maybe we can put something in. Maybe we just do a little plaza with a little thing there. 'Cause why not? Looks quite nice now. Does seem a little bit open, so maybe we put in a little planter here. And we got the Wooden Wild Mouse unlocked. Alright, and then we could probably put down some nice stuff here. Gotta have a few little plaza areas like that once in a while. I mean, we probably could speed things along a little bit here. So one thing, like, we already basically won, so like we just need to fast forward and just kind of monitor it a little bit. Alright, we're almost back down to 10,000 on our loan. And we get bumper cars next. Let's get those bumper cars. Oh gosh, what did I do? We won't speed through the whole entire thing, but I will. Bumper cars are money makers. I remember people loving these, or guess loving the bumper cars. My thing is, do we have a spot we can put it in? It's not over the lake. We could put it over here. In this little area. We have enough space over here. Yeah, sure, why not? Fill in this little gap over here, why not? Some nice jungly kind of colors. Why not? Might as well. And we'll get it all decorated up too. Give it a little queue. Just not much, and then go ahead and open it up. And let's decorate. I mean, you gotta decorate at least a little bit, right? I'll put these around the whole thing would be cool. Oh yeah, I can't right there because that That's where the fence, or the edge of our land is. All we can afford to do. It's okay, you can't really see it that much anyways, so we are pretty much good to go there. Cool. And now we have that. Let's make sure our mechanics cover that. I'm going to say it's either 1 or 2. Yes, it's covered. Perfect. Oh no, we're not going for it. We'll go 50 cents on that. And we could potentially get close to 1,000 guests before the challenge is over. Absolutely obliterating our goal of 500 guests at the end of year 3. Not even close, you know? Not even close. Alright, do we put in more flowers over here? Ooh, I like these ones. Just to fill in that gap and make it look nice. And we'll again add this to make it look good. Look at that. I think that's really nice. If I do say so myself, I think that's nice. Trying to fill kind of like all the stuff in that we have here. Alright, if we check our park, let's take a look at our stats. We got 20 rides and attractions, staff 7, total admissions 1,221. Alright, that means a lot. Not too many people have left. People want to stay here forever. Yeah, let's check on the maze, make sure everyone's doing okay over here. I want to go on something more thrilling than the forest, than the lake maze. I've already got an umbrella. What does that have to do with the lake maze? What does that have to do with the lake maze? Just wondering. Alright, so we're covering most of the circle with quite a few rides and attractions over here. Which is pretty nice. Get that back down to 10. Go back to turbo speed for a little bit. What are we unlocking next? A balloon stall. That is huge. Because we didn't know how to make balloons until our research and development team figured it out. They cracked the code on how to make balloons for the park. You know what I'm saying? They cracked the code on how to do balloons. I'm so happy that they cracked it. Bum, ba, bum, bum. Oh yeah, we don't have a water ride, really. We could build a log flume. Umbrella for the lake maze. You reminded me to do that we should maybe do a water. I don't know if I have enough space here. Unless we kind of did like a little creative layout back up here. Be a little difficult. And would require us to do a little bit of landscaping. gonna try and make this happen. Didn't mean to do that one. Just want to make that kind of flat right there. Could do a little S-bend. This is going to be a very simple ride. Need $144. There we go. We'll gain a lot money a lot faster by doing that. Got an award. I don't know what it was. So our little splash down here. S-bend and bend down. Da-da-da. It splashes into the into there. That'd be funny. I go back to normal. Oh my gosh, we got $6,000. We're going that fast, huh? Oops. Alright, test that out. That's a lot of logs for this ride. I just wanted something simple, though. Tidiest Park Award. Aw, let's go. That's a good one. We got the Tidiest Park Award. Cotton candy. Now it's a party. Now it's a party. Get the cotton candy. Alright, let's see. It should be a long enough splash zone there to allow us to... Yeah, plenty. More than enough. Alright, can we make some walls here? Make a little tunnel. Is that conforming with the terrain there? I think it is. Which we don't want. So instead we're going to go here and here. Pull that one piece up. And do that. Okay, and boom. Open that bad boy up. I do want to do some nice decorating, as per usual. Didn't think we were gonna leave it the way it is, did ya? Nah, We don't really have any theming elements that we can really utilize, though, which makes it hard to theme up stuff. Honestly, but at least we have a water ride. That puts a ride right back here in the back. It kind of helps connect everything. Alright, we don't have a mechanic that covers that. Let's take a look at 2. He might be the better option here. I'm gonna have 2 cover it. There we go. Now, all of our spots are covered. We did lose a little bit of park rating. Not much. It's still 820. Pop, pop. And we've kind of completed the loop, and it's fairly well detailed all the way around. Yeah, I wish there was more I could do detailing-wise on this, but I guess there's not much. Look at all this money. Look at all this money. June was so much. Only got $4,000 left. Loan. I'd say we'll probably have it. Quack, quack, quack. I love that. I would click on the ducks all of the time. I used to always do that. I just loved the guests trying to hop over. Hop to try and see if they could see. When in reality, that really wouldn't help you that much anyways, because it's just like, if you look over this, you don't know how to get to there. You just see another section. You know? It's so funny. It's a cute little animation that I always adored. Just seeing the guests jump. Down to 3,000. Pop. Up to 850. Let's fast forward a bit. Oh, we got canoes now, which is basically the same as what we do have, but reverse jungle run has broken down. I feel like that's the least reliable ride so far. At least it's the one I've noticed the most that breaks down, so. It's the one I've noticed more often than the rest. Pop, pop, pop. I hate these evasive balloons. Do you think Chris Sawyer programmed that in? Like, oh, there's a small percent chance that the balloon is going to go ninja mode and try and avoid the the popping. You think he did that on purpose? Or maybe it's a glitch, who knows? Could be a glitch in the game. Colors per boat. I miss that in Planet Coaster. Like, Planet Coaster, you can't change colors of different cars. You can do per vehicle too, which is pretty amazing. Like, I could do vehicle 1, vehicle 2 could be red, vehicle 3 could be blue, vehicle 4 yellow, 5 could be brown, 6 could be purple, Like, look how colorful the train is. You can even randomize it. There's a randomize button. Look how colorful the train is. Like, I wish we could do that in Planet Coaster. I mean, you can... In Planet Coaster 2, there's a little bit more of an option since we can attach scenery to it, but like... So you could technically make each train look different if you wanted to. But like, just general colors, I feel like that should be an option, you know? And people have been wanting that. It's a small thing, but it's still cool. And the fact that you can change individual cars in Roller Coaster Tycoon, like... There's a reason why this game was so loved. You know what I mean? You could do per train. Train 2. I feel like we should have a red and green train. 2 different colored trains, at least. That's what we're gonna do. Let's do a new color scheme for this as well. I'm gonna do something different for it. We're painting it as it goes through the layout. Give it a nice jungle kind of color scheme. YouTube featured. Do what now? What now? YouTube featured. Sunglasses. Cool. Cute little duckies. Send me a text. Oh my word. I did do my last, these next few weeks. I'm gonna be free quite a bit until I go back to Silver Dollar City. Work. Do my job. Pop, pop. But we will be heading off after we finish this scenario here in a little bit. So, head off for the night. At least for this stream. So we're gonna finish up here. And next time, we'll be doing Diamond Heights in Roller Coaster Tycoon. So, love Diamond Heights. What you're hearing is Madden. I've been doing a franchise mode lately. Obviously not on stream or on anything, but you can really make these things quack. Rocket cars? Aw, yeah. Oh, is that tonight? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know what night it was, or what day it was, so... my early MVP prediction is gonna be Matthew Stafford. Obviously, it could go Drake May as well, but I feel like Matt Stafford needs an MVP before he retires, so... Drake May's got all his career to get MVP. I'm gonna choose Matt Stafford. Obviously, Drake May's in the Super Bowl, but... And both are deserving, I think, but... I mean, Matthew Stafford had like a He had like a streak of like without an interception for a while. What's up, Silas? Y'all popping in here right at the end of the stream too. So we're almost completing this, about to complete this objective. We met the criteria for it like a long time ago. I would put Stafford up there in the Hall of Fame for sure. I would make him. I would say he's a Hall of Famer. He's won the Super Bowl before. He's got a Super Bowl ring, and like what he did with Detroit. I mean, honestly, he made Detroit somewhat relevant. He did it all himself, kind of. He's an elite quarterback, and he's been playing at a high level, and he's still playing at a high level. So I think Stafford deserves to be an MVP. And also deserves to be a Hall of Famer when all said and done. I copied you? This is not your park. I did not copy your park, Silas. I don't know what you're talking about. Have you played Roller Coaster Tycoon in a while or something? The Panthers. People in our fantasy football chat saying Eli Manning is better than Drew Brees and that Eli should be first ballots. I would pick Drew Brees above Eli Manning for sure. Not even like close to me. Quarterback play-wise, it's definitely Drew Brees. Yes, Eli's got one more Super Bowl than him, but, you know, I think overall, as a player perspective, Drew Brees was better. Like, not even close. Drew Brees was putting together 5,000-yard seasons, and... Oh, I'm playing a coaster? Alright. Alright, fast forward a little bit. Very similar. Alright, loan paid off. Side quest complete. One more ring. Yeah, that's what I would say too. That's the only thing. And remember, it is a team sport, so like... Yes, Eli performed very well in those Super Bowls, and when it mattered most. Oh, we got River Rapids. Would have been a cool ride to maybe do at one point. Maybe we'll come back at some point to some of these parks, but... I'm gonna save this game. Leafy Lake. But like, if we're talking about like just like skill set and everything, and I think it's Drew Brees all the way. Drew Brees. He just had a much better career statistically in just every category, in my opinion. Why? What about Fortnite, Silas? I need context. You just said Fortnite. Like, what are we talking about here? Alright, we're about to get that objective. Let's get the objective real quick, because I do need to head out here pretty much now. So... the wife wants to do stuff together, so... can't say no to that. Almost got to 1,000 guests, though. I feel like one more attraction or two, we probably could have pushed that. For sure. Alright, we gotta be ready for when it hits don't want to skip it. Alright, we're gonna go back to normal speed on the 30th here. Our rating is still really high, almost 900 actually. Fortnite with you and Brecken? Maybe, actually. I think that would be funny, kind of. Well, is Brecken good at Fortnite? Probably not. Hey, I love it when everyone claps for me. And they release all their balloons. Imagine the guest that just bought the balloon, and then the second I completed the objective, you're like, oh man, now I gotta let go of it and clap. It's one of my favorite little animations is when all the guests let go of their balloons and clap for you. Like, that's so fun. What we should do. Yeah, I haven't played Fortnite in a long time, actually. It's decent, but not as good as you. I've had my moments in it. I've won the game for my team a few times. A time or two, not a ton, but like I have. There's one time I won the whole thing, and I was all by myself. Everyone else was dead. And we won. We ended up getting the victory royale. That's a lot of balloons. And it's so satisfying to try and pop all of them. Alright, let's go ahead and save one more time. Game. And that's it. So next up would be Diamond Heights and then Evergreen Gardens. Very exciting. Let's load it up real quick just to get a refresher. What it looks like. One of my favorites. The dueling coasters. I remember seeing this in the menus and just being like, oh, that's so epic. But, alright guys, I am going to head off for now. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this stream. When we come back, specifically to Roller Coaster Tycoon, we'll, and red balloons floating in the summer sky. I appreciate you guys being here, guys. Amazing, of course, and we'll be back very soon with more amazing content like this. And make sure you guys have a great day and even cooler tomorrow. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, and goodbye.